Hello, I'm Wayne Visser and I'm Director of CSR International, and I'm here today in Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur with Dato Amdan, who's Special Executive Officer for Corporate Affairs for Ranhill Berhad. Welcome.
Welcome to Kuala Lumpur.
I wanted to ask you first the state of CSR in Malaysia. This falls under your portfolio. What's your view?
We've been very fortunate to actually work a lot with the authorities in Malaysia on CSR because it has been one of the main agenda of the government of Malaysia to encourage companies to do CSR. And if you can recollect, for the past 2-3 days, when the Prime Minister announced the new economic model, which is a big program for Malaysia to transform itself from the present middle-income country to a high-income country, one of the underlying factors in the new economic model is sustainability and respect to environment. So, with that kind of momentum that we have had, I think a lot more CSR is going to be very, very active in being undertaken by the private sectors in this country.
Okay, and among other things, there is a Ministry for Green Technology.
Yep.
Is that right?
And since this Prime Minister took over office, which is about 2 years ago, he has set up a specific ministry called the Ministry of Natural Resources, Ministry of Environment and Green Technology, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So that shows the commitment of the government is very strong in the field of CSR, and also because of that, the regulatory bodies like the Securities Commission, and the Bursa, which regulates the capital market, has made it compulsory for public listed companies like us to have their CSR report every year, being reported to the authorities. So because of that, I think the momentum for CSR in Malaysia is very, very active.
Okay, and what would you say is the level of practice then among companies generally in CSR?
If you look at basically the Asian culture, it has been quite entrenched that most of the companies in Asia are either mostly family-based and are very, very sensitive and very and culturally very very close to the community, and they have been lots of the Malaysian companies and Asian companies have been doing a lot of CSR in the sense of community work to the places where they operate, and I think basically they are done on a very ad hoc basis. There's no specific thematic documentation of that, and I think slowly but surely now most of the companies are embarking to that very focused, segmented, thematic approach to CSR, which, as I told you earlier, has been done culturally throughout all the most practiced by the companies in this region.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, your company specifically, you have operations in utilities and construction, oil and gas. Is there any area where you feel there's some best practice or some good examples of CSR?
Oh yeah, especially in the area of water, which we have done quite a fair bit through the community and to a special state in Malaysia. I think we have done a lot of community work and also educational work with the local communities. And one particular practice that we think we can highlight, which is quite unique, is the training programs that we do with local water operators, where we give them technical advice on how to improve their water supply and water quality. And this has been taken off not just to Malaysia but to other jurisdictions as well, in countries like Vietnam, Thailand, and I think a few other countries in the pipeline.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you expect that CSR will develop over the next 5 years in Malaysia?
Oh, I'm very positive that this is going to be a very exciting journey for us, and most, I think, companies, most organizations in Malaysia are very, very excited about it, and and it is something that they always feel that they have done it, but they have not done it in a very structured and thematic manner. So I think the passion for CSR has been there. It's just a matter of doing it more in a structured manner. So I see a lot of potential of CSR work being done by companies in Malaysia in the future.
Good. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.